and welcome to a new episode from our favorite artist electronics, Mr. Q12. Alright, enough with shenanigans. Last night, well, I had a lot of small little problems to resolve. One of those problems was I have this in plan for a while from when I got them. When I start to use them, I realized I don't like this switch. So you had to turn it to off and then to on here. And when you finished probing and get your measurements, you had to switch it back to off like this. And last night, well, until last night, I was thinking about it, what to do. And I did a similar thing with another multimeter. So this is not the first one, to add a switch for on off. So pretty much like this, you see? Very easy and very practical, extremely practical. And I really hate switching to off and then to whatever value you want to add. It's easier to leave it on the last setting that you had and just turn the power on and off, and it's way more easier like this. And let me show you my first invention. This is my first invention. It's the same deal, the same principle like this. You have to turn it to off here. And this multimeter is full of dust because it's not that much used, and I'm only using it for reading current on ampermeter here, and it's the same thing. I'm switching on from this on the last position that I'm having it there, and I also included a very extremely dimmed LED there. I know exactly what type of LED I used. My box of treasures. I used this type of LED, but I didn't use it domed like this with this dome, with this semi-sphere here on the top. So I file it down and I flatten it pretty much. Is what I did in this case here. So I got. You can actually, if you let me zoom in a little bit, you can actually see the pins of the LED, but from this side, you see, from this side. So like this, I file it down until I got that, and I could make it much more brighter than this. Probably on the camera it's showing like it's bright like a motherfucker, but in reality it's extremely dimmed. But it is visible. It is showing a blue dot there, and it's enough to attract my attention that this motherfucker is on. And that's my first adaptation using a switch. I like more this kind of switch that is big and serious, and also this metal here, more than this. But this is secure enough, and I will prove it, and I will show it. It is quite good enough. It's staying quite good, and it's not falling or anything. Underneath, the pins are bent like this, but I will show everything. Unfortunately, I didn't add an LED like on the other one to this one, because first of all, I will have to test the LED to be extremely dimmed. So I will have to tweak the resistor value for this LED to be extremely dimmed for the purpose of not consuming the battery inside. That's the only purpose. If I was not concerned about the battery, I was leaving it to full brightness. If the device was powered from other sources than the battery, from a mains or something. And I did this last night, and it took me surprisingly extremely fast time to make it, under 1 hour or less than 1 hour. But this is not a sprint. I don't have to prove anything. I'm just mentioning that it took me quite a fast time to make it. I have two of them. This is the original package. You can see the sigil here. I wrote it here to remember and to show it here in the movie. It cost me $5.38, so it's not a very big expense. I took two of them because I really like how small it is. It's very cool, but the function that it's having is not that cool. I wished it was a bit better on the functions that it's having, but as it is, I'm using it only for voltage measurement and for resistor measurement, and that's it. Okay, so right now I will modify this one exactly as I did last night with this one. So this is me preparing first here, knowing understanding what problems there are, and there are some problems, and I will show you, and probably they will appear as well. And right now, let me cut the sigil here. Back. Yeah, very official. Yeah, because I can take it out from here, but I will put it back in its case after I will finish the modification. For comparison, as you can see, this is unmodified here. So this is with the switch here that is functioning, and this is, you have to turn it like this and then turn it back. Come on, this is retarded. This is a retarded function. I really don't like it, and I am advising everyone to do this modification like this. My switch, I have a ton of switches. These are brand new actually. And as you can see, the pins are quite long, and I can bend them underneath, and you will see how. So that's it. That's all the preparation. Probably I will put an LED as well. So I'll have to file it. Let me do it right now, and hopefully I will be able to not fuck it up. Yeah. So I must be careful. It's becoming white here, and I'm wiping that white thing off. Okay, to see inside, to see how close I'm getting to the connections that is having inside. So I'll have to be careful. So now I'm trying to flatten it. Let me draw it for you. So right now it's like this. and here is the pins. So it's a little bit angled. So next I will have to make it flat like this, to be parallel with this other end of it. The idea is not to fuck it up. Okay, that's it for this LED, I believe. Let me show it to you. Yeah, it's looking pretty much like the other one that I showed you on my other digital multimeter, you see? And here is how it's looking from a side. And see? The reason that I'm flattening it like this is to make it shorter. That's the only reason. Let me open it first, and then I will test the LED to show you the battery first. I already did this, so I made the homework already. Okay, all right. Here it says 12 volts, and we can check it actually with my new modified multimeter, and it is indeed even more, 12.47. Okay, here. So that's what I wanted to show you, that this battery is 12 volts. I'm setting my power supply to 11.5 volts. And now I will test this LED. This is a 10 kilo. I'm not even sure if I will even use this LED, but I will test now. It's way too bright right now. It's way too bright. Let's see with 100 kilo. I really like these LEDs. They are exceptionally good. What I'm targeting here is an extremely low consume from them. 100 kilo. Okay. Like this. And voila, it is lighting. But barely. Exactly like the other one. So, come on. I hope I didn't make any short circuit. I probably shorted. Ah, huh? Did I shorten you, motherfucker? Motherfucker. And I shortened it, and I burned it. Unbelievable. Let me make another test here at 2 volts. 2 volts, and it's not doing anything. Unbelievable. PS don't mati. Nope, I burned it. I didn't even see when I touch it. When I was moving it here, I burned it. Motherfucker. I'll have to make another one. Pizdaș Dumnezeișe crucea pizdi mati. And this, maybe, this is how it's looking. This is how it's looking when it's having the hat intact. You see, off and on. Let me close the light a little bit. So this is barely visible. But if I'm getting close to its die, it will be a little bit more visible. So that's the idea also. So this is with 100 kilo here. And I'll have to file it again. Motherfucker. I hope I will not fuck it up. Okay, maybe this will be better than the other one. Let me actually use a very fine file. This is very fine, very smooth. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Let me show you. So you see how it's looking inside. All right, yeah, see, beautiful. Let me test it again with the same 100 kilo, and hopefully this time I will not fuck it up again. I will shoot myself. And you see, it's like a tiny little bit of a dot there, but is enough to tell me that is on. This is my habit to test all the LEDs before I'm using them. It's a good habit. And very rarely, and very rarely I'm fucking it up like I did right now. But probably I was filming, I was concentrated in too many parts, and I made a short purely by mistake. I don't even realize. Yeah, that was a misfortune. I hope I will not fuck it up with this either. I hope. Let's pray together to Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra, Sun God. Okay. I know that is having a little bit of spring from this knob here that is pushing the board up a tiny little bit. So this screw is catching this, and then it's catching inside there. So it's having a double function, which is okay. It's smart. Okay. And this will spring up, like I said. Very interesting battery choice. Very interesting. I don't even know how it's called, this type of battery. I'll have to look it up. No, it doesn't say the name of it. Maybe 23A? This is the name of the battery? Probably, at 12 volts. I'm not sure. I will have to search it on the internet. I see a 38 there. Someone wrote on it. 38. Is the number of productions, how many they made. Limited Yeah, this is a very, very, very extremely shitty arrangement they did here. You see this band, this pink band, it must step perfectly on here, and this will have to scrub there and then press. It's a shit. This is having two balls there and here another ball. I'll put it here and move it aside because I know the drill already, and this will flip out. Yeah, it is. So this is getting out very easily from here, like that. I'll have to be careful not to fuck up that thing that band. I will copy the exact same arrangement that I'm having it here, the same position of that switch, exactly like that. And because I did it last night, I remember what drills I used. I actually measured the pins of this with my calipers here. So I will only for show, and it's saying 0.5 millimeters, so half of a millimeter wide. And the actual thickness is even less, is 0.3 or 25. The thickness here is 0.5. And here I'm not using a 0.5, but where this hole here is pointing in the line with that markings and with these strips, with these channels that I'm having here, that's how you choose from where to get the drill. So right now, here is saying 0.45, you see, 0.45, and this is 0.4. So I will not choose 0.5, I will choose a little bit less, 0.45, to get a little bit in force, pressed. And it did the job perfectly there. And I have this guy, which is running at 9 volts, DC, it says there. This is a very weak, a very shitty motor, but it was widely used in the 90s in a lot of magnetophone, cassettophone, I don't know how to, tape players, I believe. It's with magnetic tape devices, you know, commercial ones. And they use this type of motors at 9 volts and even 12 volts, if I remember right. And 6 volts as well. I find a variety of voltages for these motors. 8.5 volts for the motor here. But first of all, I'll have to mark it. So I need it here, and I already know the drill. So the name of the game here is not to fuck it up. I will need a little bit more light. And I forget, I'm on the zoom. Okay. Something like that. Okay. And now, I will manually scribble it. Okay. My trusty lamp here. Okay. So I'm looking for the reflection of light on the graphite that I'm doing. So my graphite here is looking white on black in the reflection. I'm not sure if you can see anything that I'm doing in the movie. And let me actually, yeah, you see? There, that's my marking. And I did it by hand. There's no shame doing it by hand. I like that they use quite a thick plastic here. It's a good thickness of the plastic. It's not thin. It's very good from this point of view. So now I will mark starting points. Like I said, I will insert the pins of this switch through these holes. And let me use my trusty knife here and make an additional helping guide starting hole. This plastic and it's easily, yeah, you see? It's not perfectly aligned, it's like a little bit like that, but it's okay. It's fine. I really hate this arrangement that I'm having here because it can very easily make a short. I really don't like it, and I have to actually pay attention here not to make any kind of shortage. In the same time, I'm drilling, so it's a bit of annoyance. Now I need a little bit more light there. I know you cannot see shit. That is one hole. That is two. And game over. Alright, that's it. 3 little holes. 3 little piggies. Okay, that's it. Okay. Huh. Yeah, it's good enough. And as you can see, let's see how straight. It's not that straight, unfortunately. Well, shit. I'll have to straighten it by hand like this. Like that. Yeah, it's good enough. It's good. And now I'll have to bend this. And it will secure the shit out of it. And actually, I want this to be like that. to avoid any kind of troubles. Okay, I know it's ugly a little bit, but it's very, very practical. And now it's solid here. Yes, it's not moving anymore. It's not going anywhere. And I'm having those connections, and I will have to prepare them. So I'll have to use my soldering iron here. Next, I'll have to drill a hole through this board, but not to cut these little tracks. And you can see what the jungle of tracks are there. But there is a white spot here where I can add a 3mm, which is quite big hole, exactly in this spot. Because what I did, let me show you like this. I did this. I looked through the board, and you see it's quite a large area there. And you can see on this other side as well, also the tracks that you can see under. You see there is a white marking here, and from this other side, you can actually see it's a tiny little line that is showing there. And I was misled when I built the other one. And what the hell? What track is that? And that's not a track. That's only the marking. This white marking. I can drill a hole here without problems. You know what? I forget to mark the polarity here. But if I remember from the other one, shit, fuck. Yeah, I totally forget. I was talking and I didn't. If I remember, it was positive here. Yeah, positive here. I can see the positive on the battery and the negative. That's how I write it on the other one. So I remember from that one. It's not a good thing to remember. Actually, I can check it right now to be sure, because if you do things from your memory, you will certainly fuck it up. At least I am. Yeah, you see? This is how it's looking in the interior. That's the hole that I drill it there to pass these wires here on this connection. And I'm having positive here and negative there. And I looked here on the actual battery. This is the marking, positive and negative. And I mark it on the board as well. I will do the same thing. So here is the positive. It will help when I will have to make the connections. You will see in a second. Already you've seen it. This I don't need it anymore. I did the job. I did my job with it. All right. I'll put it back. I'll put back this drill as well. 4.5. There it goes. Heating iron is heated up already. So now I'm only preparing the legs with solder. And I don't want the plastic to melt. Okay, good. That's prepared. Now this guy here, I have to drill it now. And this is a very, very important. I don't want these tracks here to fuck them up. So my center should be somewhere here, and the hole probably will be like this, about 3mm, like that. There. Okay. Let me double check it here on the. I can actually see these markings from this side here. You can see a tiny little bit of a circle there. So that's yeah, no tracks here around, so it's safe. Yeah, it's not indenting that much into this material, and the drill will skate a little bit. Well, it's kind of a little bit of marking there, kind of. This is exactly how I did it the other time, and I used two drills. This 1.5 for precision, and the 1.5 and 3 for enlargement. I don't think I can film this procedure. You can see is in the morning right now, and the sky is lighting up. So check this out. I made a contraption here. This block that is holding my phone with a little bit of wire. I bend it here and there. You see, is bended there to actually fit in force and not get off too easily this piece of wire. And that's it. This is how I will film this event of drilling here. Unfortunately, my camera is having my phone is having two cameras here on the back from where I am filming right now, and one in the front. And I just check it, and the front camera is pure shit, absolutely pure shit. But this back camera that I'm usually filming with is giving me the best resolution and the best image. And yes, I know I should have turned around the camera with the screen in this side, but I will have to look somehow because the wood is in place. So I'll have to center it like that, probably. Yeah, good. On the drill, on the chuck here, and be careful not to bump this one either. So let's proceed. So I need a little bit more light here. And my drill is not hold in the chuck. I forget to strengthen it. But it did something. There it is. That's it. That's one. And now, to put this 3mm, which is quite wide. Okay. I'm always putting my key, this key, I'm always putting it in one hole here in this side. You can probably see it a little bit. I'm always having it prepared there. Let's see if it's wide and not shipping up anything else more important. Yeah, it's looking fine. So I'm very careful. Yeah, it's at the limit, in the limits. I'm blowing with my mouth the stuff that is getting out from there, and that's it. This is the hole. It was a precision hole to be made. Yeah, it's good enough. It's good, and it's not over the tracks. Remember, this is just a printing line, but it's not a track, so it's good enough. Perfect. That's it. And now this is my phone holder. I'll put it aside here. Yeah, it did its temporary job perfectly. So this is how it's looking. All right. Okay, let's continue. This hole is important to get the wires from there through the board and to these contacts here. And the next thing is, like I did here on this other one, I cut this track here, and I soldered over this point. So that's it. That's the connection that I did there. So this is the switch here, which is having 3 pins. So pretty much like this is the switch. When it is switching from this point to this point, is making a connection here, and this is unconnected. So that's the idea. So this is the switch. So switch, and I'm putting wire here and here, and I'm dragging the wire to these 2 pads. So this is like this, a large positive pad, and I'm splitting it in half like that, and I'm leaving a gap between. And what I'm doing, I'm soldering there and here. You see? And when I'm switching here, I'm making this bridge from this switch. Pretty much that's the whole circuit that I'm building here. And I hope it's clear. So now I'll have to cut this thing here, that. And I will not do it like the other one. The other one, I cut it here, but this time I will cut it here, and I will connect this little track to this bigger track. This is a file, which is very sharp, and I will file the shit out of this track. The thing is, if I don't like the switch in the future, I can bridge these 2 sides very, very easily. So it's no problem in cutting this track here. It's quite okay. So this is the hard part of separating these 2 sides. I actually have a loop, and I will use it, and I will look to it, and a little bit more. Okay, and a little bit more love. Yeah, it's looking okay. Let me actually introduce something interesting. The piece of resistance. Let me zoom out. The piece of resistance. This is a microscope. Yeah, I bought one. And I did some splendid job with it. Look, it's having some dust on it. Okay, let's see if it's still working. It should. Yep, welcome. Okay. I'm not sure how good you can see it. Probably I will have to do it to incline it like this for you to see it. Yeah, like this a little bit. And this is my tiny loop that I was using. Here is its little case. Very cute. I don't like it because it's very small. I really wished it was a little bit bigger. But okay, let's see this contraption, what I did here. I'm only showing you this thing here. And where are you? Here it is. And like that. And yeah. There. This is where I scribbled, where I cut the track. And next is to scribble. Let me see if I can do it like this. This green protective layer. So I'm scratching exactly like in lottery when you are scratching some winning ticket. You know? Exactly like that. This is what I'm doing here. I'm scratching this protective layer only on over this track, and this here as well. Actually, let me focus like that. Yeah. yeah, it's having this thing here, and it's not letting me to lay it flat perfectly. So it's staying like that, you know, a little bit. And yeah, I have to hold it funky. I'm only showing you here, you know, but in reality, I didn't do it like this with the microscope. I'm only showing the microscope because it's very helpful, and probably you can see it as well. Only for you to see it, you know. I don't think, if I remember right, I didn't use this side. This side here, I didn't use. I used this solder here and only this contact, and that's it. And yeah, it's looking clean enough. So if I will drag the wire here, well, in a sense, yeah, you see that little ship there? In a sense, I am preparing this area for future resoldering if it's a problem. So that's yeah. Okay, it's looking good enough. Let me test it. So that's it about the microscope. Goodbye. I hope you like my new acquisition. Well, I have it for some time actually, for I don't know, 1 or 2 months, and I made this contraption here to hold some boards that I was using. Is a special thing that I'm using it here. And of course, I changed. This was from metal here, and I made it from wood, and I catched everything here from on this longer, way longer. It was like this height when I received it. It was shitty, but now I can do it way longer. You know. Okay, next. So this goes there. This is my toolbox. Okay, to make a test of continuity, if these two pads are touching in any way. No, they are not touching. This is exactly what I wanted. Okay, not to have a contact. Let me actually enlarge a little bit this track, a tiny little bit, because I don't like it as it is right now. And I can zoom in a little bit, like that. And remember to stay in focus. Yep, good. And that's it. This is all the modifications that I need to do here. And next, the wires, and then reassembling. Well, let me actually, if I'm at this stage, let me actually put this LED. And I didn't do it on that other one, but I am planning to do it here on this one. And now I will have to actually find a solution how to do it. It's not good that the pins are bent that way. So I will have to put this quite in this corner here, which is okay. Let me actually measure it. I know it's 3mm, but I believe it's 2.9 actually. So it's 95, it's 3. Oh, it's 3, exactly 3. It's exactly 3, it's not 95. It's exactly 0, 0. Okay, so with 3mm. Let's see, with 3. With this guy. And let's do what I did with the other one. Here, probably. Let me actually check. Like that. Yeah, it should be right on the corner, probably. I don't want to fuck it up, because this is one time only. Okay, I'll not show how I'm drilling this. It's not much to see. Right, the deed is done, and I avoided the pins because they are bended this way, and it's not strategic. And this, all right. I can feel it is. No, I cannot rotate it very well. Well, the positive will be on the top then. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay. And it is pressing very well in that exactly 3mm hole that I'm having there. Very tight right now. It is very press fit, and it's flush with this. This was lucky actually to have it like this flush. I didn't mind if it was over a little bit. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay. So I'll have to bend. Let me see. Yeah, it's nothing here on this side it will reside, but it is quite a lot of space here between this board and here. So the board is actually cut, is on this pin here. So I'm having actually plenty of space there, and I'll have to bend this, but not until there. I'll have to modify these legs a tiny little bit. This is the negative from here, and the positive leg, I'll bend it like that. So I'm having a little bit of room here. This height here, exactly this height. So I can do that with confidence. Okay. I think I should link it now. Yeah, well, actually to drag the wires. Okay, these two grains are long enough. So here are the wires. Let me redo them. So this is first pad, and here is the second pad. They are having this gap between them. It is going here. And this wire is going here, okay? And but from here, yeah, after is interrupted, I'll have to put the lead positive, because this is positive here, rail, and the negative pin I will have to drag a wire somewhere on the board. So this connection from the positive will get directly on the switch here, directly here. So that's my idea how to do it. So I'll have to bend it again. Hopefully it will not. I already fucked it up by bending it that way, and now bending it this way, it will, I hope it will hold and not crack. I'm hoping if I'm gentle it will hold, but it is extremely weakened right now. This is what I wanted. Okay, so now I will cut from here. Let me think. Yes, when it's making connection from the middle to that point. So now I connected the positive leg there. This wire is a bit too long for my liking, so I will probably shorten it. I must keep in mind in the same time, because I did this and I didn't fuck it up in the beginning, but I was thinking the position of the switch when it's up or down. So when it's up here to be open, so, and when it's down to be closed. So it matters where I'm linking these wires. If I'm putting this wire here on the bottom, it will open when the switch is down. So you want when it's down is off, and when it's up is connecting these 2 points here. And now when it's down, it's connecting these 2 points, practically disengaging these 2 points. So that's what it's doing. Okay. So I'm having in mind this little issue, this little problem here as well, which again is having a very long leg. And I'll cut it out. And from here, I will link it next. It melted a little bit of the plastic there, because I kind of remained there a bit too much. Let's see how long is this. Yeah, I can. Can I? No, this one. Now I'm checking if this length, with this length I can reach here on the negative, because that's what I wanted. And this leg is not prepared. All right. Okay. I have to remember not to interfere with this element that I'm having there, and not to catch the wire there, but the wire, it will go through that hole together with these two. And I believe this is it. I believe this is it. Well, I have to put back the display, which is a very, very shitty thing. Very shitty. I have to be extra mega careful. I really hate these bands. If they are, I don't know how they are catching it in the factory, but in reality, if you are, yeah, it's not pressing it that well. This one is getting out very quickly. Okay. Well, it should be good enough. So now, let's pass through this hole, through this new hole, all these wires. Hopefully it's large enough, and that's why I'm using very thin wires here, especially for this reason, to have space there and there. I'll have to remember which is which for the LED. So let me do a little drawing here to remind me. This is with white, and this is full from the middle. This is having a little bit of white, that wire on it. And it matters where they are catched, the order, it really matters. Oh yeah. And next I'll have to put this guy, which is having 2 springs there and these 2 balls, and I will have to match it. If I remember, this is what I did last time. I put the balls here, and the springs are not falling from there. The only thing is to match the ball and the hole, and to actually to fit, to catch on one another. You see how spring it is. Yeah, the problem here right now is that I have to slit this board under these guides here, and also at the same time not disturb these balls here to actually to catch on one another. So I'll have to do this. I remember from the other one, like that, and also this to fit here to catch there. I did a mistake last time with the other one, and I put the screw directly here, but remember this thing must be screwed as well in the same time. So I guess now it's correct, but last time I forget that thing. I have to link these wires now, and this guy is not reaching there. Ha ha ha. These wires are long enough. Yeah, very good, but this guy here is not long enough. Fucking hell. Well, I can add a little tiny little bit. This is a screw. This was a screwdriver, very wide screwdriver, who broke, and after it broke, I use it. I cut it like this, and I made a V, and in this V I'm putting my wire, and I'm using it for a very long time. Yeah, my battery is dying, motherfucker. To be continued. I have 2 phones, and the other one the battery got depleted. So what I was saying, but this one is having a full battery, so I'll use it now. Hopefully the quality of the video is not different, but we will see. So this is how I'm isolating these wires with this contraption that I'm having it from. This is my very first tool that I made it myself for isolating wires in general, with a very wide diameter. I never use it for very big diameters because in those cases I'm using a cutter, and what? This wire is getting shorter and shorter. It's not having, this wire is very short. It had a little bit, let's see now. It had a little bit of sleeve there. If now it's good enough. Yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough. Okay. The problem is that I have to isolate that thing there somehow with something. An slightly used heat shrink. And yeah, it might work. It might work. Okay, but this is usable heat shrink here. Very good. It is getting hot at this end, but is manageable. Okay. And now this is what I wanted. Yeah, I burned a little bit of this plastic here, but the heat shrink did its job. Actually, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. Probably I wanted to be cool on camera, and I didn't think it through. Yeah, I believe there is no problem here. It's a little bit burned there, but it's fine. Excellent. Excellent. There it goes. And this, I said, this white wire to the top here, I have to prepare specifically this part, this top one here. This is important. This, I will prepare it as well. And directly on that track, and not make bridge with the other side. And this wire is barely long enough here. Okay. There. Is exactly what I did on the other one. I link it here, but the wire was a little bit more longer than this, so. Okay, let's put the battery and make a small test, and I hope I didn't fuck it up. So now it's off. One, and I did fuck it up. It did lit up a little bit. Shit, I forget the resistor. Fucking hell, and it is hot as hell here. Holy what an idiot. Ah, fucking hell. What an idiot. Motherfucker. So glad. I forget the fucking resistor. But let's see the switch. It is not commutating either, the switch. Oh, here. It should work. Maybe because it's this short here? Yeah, probably that's why. Let me repair it here. Taking it out. No. Oh, yes. This is it. So it was shorting there on that LED. And it's working perfectly, especially on the screen, because I had a big problem on that screen. Yeah, it is switching on and off. Wow, what an idiot. I forget the fucking resistor. And I have to take it out and put it again, and ay. Okay, alright. That was shitty. And the battery got quite hot as well from this experience. Motherfucker. I hate it when this shit is happening. I'm usually very careful. Probably I was filming and not paying attention. Filming distracted me from thinking. Alright. And of course, yeah, I cannot get it out because of that. But I can get out these other ones. Oh, I think I can. Yeah, I can. Yep, I do. Yeah, if you are smart, you can do anything. This is very shitty. Let me put it here. Motherfucker. What a disaster. What a shitty disaster. Yeah. Yeah, look. The wires are the same. Probably they were catched when I put there that. Who knows? So I don't have to. No, they are the same length. Huh. It was heavily bended here. Okay. Good enough. Pastili mati. Okay. Pastili już nie mati. So This is fucking burnt. Fucking believable. Next one. This is becoming a good show here. Very quickly. Making stupid mistakes. But I'm getting very, very good at filing these lids. I hope I will not fuck it up. It's very close to the end. Okay, I'll get my fine file. This is good enough. Okay. So this. Yeah. Here's like the other one. All right. So I'll mount it here again. All right. And it got first, which is excellent. Excellent. Good, good, good. Hoppa, motherfucker. Like that. And on the negative, here is what I forgot the last time, to add 100 kilo. Let's see what I have. This is looking interesting. Small enough. It's not that small, but it's small. It's good. It's small enough. Let's see, how can I use you? And also this is quite long here. I might get the wire from this other side, not through that hole. Yeah, I might do that. Okay. What a lack of judgment I had. Concentration. To burn the lid. Unbelievable. What an idiot. I got distracted by that phone battery that was consumed. Okay. The problem is that the resistor is staying exactly where this rotating element is happening here, but yeah, exactly there. Unbelievable. But I believe it's good enough. Let me actually check it out. Oh yeah, a little ball. There. So like this, and it will not actually staying very, very close to it, but it's not interfering in any way. So it's good enough. It's good enough. Okay, and from there, I believe, let's see the board here. It will be like this. Yeah, probably this wire, it will be good enough. So not this anymore. I should probably put a tube here of protection of some kind. That, and probably this. And now I'm having some protection there. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit of funky connection, but it's good. It's good. Okay. And now to put it back, yeah, yeah. This ball here and this ball here. Probably they were catched beneath this guy here. That's what was happening there. Yeah, most probably. Okay. So that is very close, but it's not touching. It's very, very close, but it's not touching. I believe I can escape with this. And now I can put only 2 wires here. Let's see if I'm lucky again, because I was lucky the first time. I'm not sure if I will get lucky the second time. This guy here. So now Now it's better. The length is very good, actually. So this will get here. Okay. I really don't like that very thin track that I'm having there, but it's all that I'm having. And this guy here, yeah, they were definitely catched last time. It's better, maybe, what I'm having right now. Okay, and this is here. And this guy is going here. Alright. And now let's test it again. So nothing is lit, only when I'm turning it on is lit up. Let me close, yeah. And now when I'm switching, I'm not getting a good connection, and here is an 8. And I know this exactly the same problem I had on the other one, and it's because that little rubber is pressed. So what I did, so everything is working fine. I only need a little bit of adjusting. What I'm doing, I'm unscrewing it a little bit like this. So now it's pressed. And let's see. So I need to make like this the entire board because that rubber is not catching very well here. That's a very, very shitty design. I really hate those rubber. But I managed to make it work on the other one. Let me unscrew it even more from here and from here. And somehow to move it if I can. By poking it like this, I'm hoping to rearrange that rubber, which is very, yeah, like this, huh? Come on. You have to get in there. Come on, baby. All right, now this is looking correct. Good. All right. So I move it a little bit. That's what I did. I move it around, and now I move the board around until that rubber, it was bent. The rubber was bent, and it came back right now when it's correct here. That's the sinking. And now I'm screwing it back. Nothing, no problem, good. So that rubber was definitely bent last time. And now off and on. I have the indicator light. Let me check everything else. Yeah, it's looking excellent, and the turn pot here is working fine. And now I can switch it and have an indicator light in the same time to catch my attention that this motherfucker is on. And it is not consuming that much. I'll make a calculation later for the consuming of this particular LED that I'm having there. And I bet my money it is using a couple of microamps, which is fine. It's very good for the consuming. It's not even milliamps. It's microamps. From my experience with this type of LEDs, these are new generation LEDs and they are very, very good. And that's it. This is it. This is the build. Well, this is the upgrade. This is the upgrade. So I have to make it like this a little bit, not to catch here these wires. And now to put back the last case part. Here it is. I was thinking it would be nice to have this, guys, to have a little bit of rubber. You know, only with this plastic, it will be cool to have some sort of protection rubber, and that's it. Now let's make a test. Actually, let me catch this one as well. For this one, I will put a LED another time probably. I should put it one right now if I started all this thing, but yeah, it did help me, this starting one. But that LED, it burned. So this is telling a story. Be persistent. Even if you are making stupid mistakes, correct them and be persistent and don't give up. So this is common, which is black here. And this is volts and ohms on this point here. And I have my power supplies here, which is not making any kind of short. And I have 8.4 volts on it. And let's bring it on. And 8.4 there. And this is showing 8.3. But if I'm moving, let's see, 8.1 there, 8 here. Actually, this is more precise than that because it's numbering, it's having this other decimal. So it's 1 decimal more precise, this one, than the one that I'm having there. So I'm trusting more this than that. So there is 8.3, you see, 8.3, and here is 8.2, and I can do this, yeah, you see 2 decimals, and I can close it and opening it, you know, very, very practical, very, very practical, and very easy to use, and this is how I like it, you know, this is how I like it, and this, turning the knob to the off state, is retarded, is a retarded function. I don't like it. So yes, this is how I'm this is how I upgraded this little device with a button here. And you've seen me dealing with all the issues, all the problems, and everything is working as it should be. Let me see, bring it close. In the camera, it's looking like it's bright like a motherfucker, but in reality, is visible, but it's dimmed. You know, it's quite dimmed, but it's visible. You can see it from a fairly long distance, I believe, and even at an angle like that. If you are angle it, you can still see it. You see, it's very good, very nice. And the consume of it, let's see. So that battery is 12 volts. Let's see. Okay, let's take another one. So I'll put 12 volts on here. Okay. I'll actually solder 100 kilo, this guy. I'll actually solder it here while I will make the calculations. And for those that are not very experienced with electronics, who are watching my movies, it doesn't matter where you put the resistor on the LED. The resistor doesn't have a polarity. Only the LED is having polarity. So it doesn't matter if it's on the plus side or on the minus side, it really doesn't matter. So if you remember, in my device, in my multimeter there, I put the resistor on the negative actually, and I connected the positive of the LED directly to the switch there. So now I'm having 12.1, this is positive, like that, and hopefully I can reach it here. Okay, good. And now it's working, okay, good. Alright, and I will read with my new device here. Let's see the voltage across the resistor, 9.55. Okay, so 9.55 volts across it, and then the LED and the negative. So this is the circuit what I'm having here. And I took the voltage across this resistor, and this resistor I know for sure is 100k, but it's having a 5% tolerance. Also, you have to see that it's 12.1 is showing there. So this is 12.1 volts. Let's see, 9.55 plus 2.4 equal 1195. So that's the tolerance of the resistor most probably. So now what this is telling me, what I want to question here is the amperage that I'm getting through this LED, or better say through this entire small circuit. What is the amperage? The storage was full and I had to discharge all the movies, so I had quite a lot of interruptions here while I was doing all of this. This is a very interesting and helpful, at least it helped me to remember everything, the Vir triangle, I and R. This is it, Vir is the Ohm law, and like this and like this, Vir. And whenever I need to remember something, I'm remembering actually this triangle, and if I want to calculate something based on the position of these letters, it means the actual calculation. So V equal I times R, equal I times R voltage. And current, which is exactly what I need right now to find. Let me delete this. So the current I equal V over R, is V over R, and equal here on this situation, let me draw a line, a separation line like that, is 9.55 volts over 100,000 ohms, and equal, all this equal, I told you this will go into microamps land without even looking here. So 9.55 over 100,000 like that equal is 0.01234 955, and this is equal, and I will have, so 0 point is here, and this number I will have to look it up. This is amps, so this is amps here for the current, and this will be equal, and I have to look it up on my computer. I can use an online converter to convert amps to whatever is here, but I build a small little application in C#. That's my favorite language, programming language that I'm very good, comfortably very good at. I don't need to know everything. You know, I'm on my line. I know my stuff to do with it, and I have an application that is actually converting this specific stuff that I'm usually encountering every day. So let me check it out, and I will come back with the answer. 0.1234955, and let's see. Yeah, not what I need, amperage. Exactly 95. Yeah, it's 95.5 microamps. Well, let's say 100 microamps. And here it is. It means 95.5 microamps, like I said, or let's say is 100 microamps because it's very close. So it's very, very low consuming while it is on. And I'm not completely sure how much this LCD display is consuming, but I guess it's quite similar in this microamp range with this consuming that I'm having here, with this consumer. That's it. So I'm proving that with this calculation that is consuming an extremely low current, this very high performance and quite new technology for LEDs. And they are not that new anymore because I have them for about probably 5 years or so. They are not that new anymore. Okay, and I have a ton of them, and I'm very pleased with their very low consuming rates. The idea of this modification is that you can tweak and modify everything to your needs, and you can do some crazy shit and wonderful shit by yourself, and inconvenient stuff. Ta-da. Oh yeah. Alright, thank you very much for watching, thank you very much for liking my video, of course, and see you next time with the next update and upgrades and tweaks and everything else. Alright, I hope you like it, and if you like it, leave a like. Alright, bye bye, from my favorite artist electronist, Mr. Q12. Yeah! Bye bye.